So the other day I found myself in the big city, Fukuoka, and yes, it was raining like hell. So I thought, well, since I'm here, I'll grab a bit of footage to show you guys. First up, we got this little, I don't know what you want to call it, river, flowing between the main road and some people's houses. They have little bridges to get to their homes. I certainly would like to live in those homes if this overflowed. And while I'm here at the beginning of the video, I should apologize for the god-awful sound on my phone. This phone is absolutely awful at taking videos. The sound quality is unbelievably bad, which is why I've dubbed over some music. So here we are outside the train station and it's still teeming down. Now this was filmed around about, say, 12:30 in the afternoon on a Monday, but yeah, there's not much going on, and Fukuoka City is a big city. This is just one little tiny suburb of it. So anyway, I gotta go back to the main part of the Fukuoka City, so I'm going to Hakata, and to get there I've got to catch a couple of trains. So first we're getting on the train here, which is on an elevated track. As you can see, we've got skyscrapers, big flats above us. And as we can see, the trains do have English text on the monitors, so you know, if you can't speak Japanese, it is pretty useful. Announcements are also in English. This is actually on the Nishitetsu train line, and I believe we're pulling into Nishitetsu Tenjin station here, which is actually in the middle of a building. Yes, the train station is in the middle of a multi-story building. As you can see, it's very clean, like pretty much most Japanese train stations. And here we are taking a look out of the window from the train station, and as you can clearly see that we are not on the ground level, we are in the middle of a building. Kinda weird. Now usually this road is heaving, it's really bustling. Tenjin is a really popular place for shopping. And here we are in the Tenjin shopping arcade, 2 stories underground. So we're actually in the B2, basement 2. It's pretty dark down here, but it's quite an interesting experience, you know, to see all these lovely shops and the old dark English style you know, atmosphere they've got going on down there. And here we are in the subway, Tenjin subway. Now in the past in Tenjin, or in Hakata, or sorry, in Fukuoka City I should say, they had a lot of people jumping in front of the subway trains. Yeah, I shouldn't laugh. So now they have these gates, you know, on the platform, which open once the train arrives, which means the train has to stop exactly in front of the gate. And as you can see, he's done that. And here we are at Hakata Station, the main train station to Fukuoka City. It's not coming through on this video too well, but it was absolutely throwing it down with rain. It's a shame you can't hear the sound as well. In fact, tell you what, just take a listen at how bad the camera catches sound. Yeah, that sounded pretty bad, didn't it? Yeah, now you know why I've dubbed over the sound. Okay, so I've got to go out of here, and I'm going to grab something to eat before I take my two-hour journey back to Yamaguchi, or you know, Honshu, where I live. Now, I really like this street down here. If you walk down here at nighttime in the rain, it kind of reminds me of Blade Runner, especially when it's snowing. It looks really cool. Couple of guys hanging out there. Wonder what they're up to. Not much. Just typing away on their phones. Yeah, you can see the rain coming down there pretty heavy. Okay, down here is where all the restaurants are, including a restaurant which is pretty rare in Japan, especially in this part of Japan. Yeah, I don't want to be walking through that big puddle of water there. Yeah, no thank you. Got a Ringa Hut there. They sell noodles and stuff. Ringa Huts all over the place in Japan. Opposite the restaurants we have Yodobashi Camera. So we'll get a look at that just now. Now, despite the name of the shop, Yodobashi Camera, or Yodobashi Hakata as that says, but it's actually Yodobashi Camera Hakata branch, is a massive, massive electronics store. They got everything in there. I would have filmed in there, but they're pretty sharp when it comes to cameras, so yeah, they would have stopped me filming straight away. So we're walking past a lot of meat restaurants here. A lot of restaurants that do yakiniku or yakitori. Yakiniku is where you actually cook the meat on the table yourself. Now, these type of restaurants we have all over Japan, and I can eat this stuff in the city where I live, so that's why I'm not going to these type of restaurants. I mean, I can eat this stuff anywhere. But let's take a look. There you go, you can see a couple of dishes there. Yakitori up there, the meat on the sticks, I really love that. Got some shrimps as well, some nice dishes in there. As I said, you can eat this stuff anywhere in Japan, anywhere. Not to mention it costs more in Hakata, so I'm not going to eat it down in Hakata. Subway over there, again we got Subway everywhere in Japan, so no big deal. Take a look what this restaurant's got to offer. Ooh, beer, we need the beer. This looks like a shabu shabu restaurant. Or is it? Or is it a bimba restaurant? Maybe a bit of everything in there. Alright, if you're sharp-eyed, you can probably see where I'm heading off to. Yeah, you've guessed it, Burger King. Within, you know, like a 200-mile radius, there are only 2 Burger Kings, and both of them are in Fukuoka City. And this one here is just down the road from Hakata Station. So every time I go to Fukuoka, I've got to go to Burger King. I got to admit, I like my Burger King. And yeah, just give you an idea how big Yodobashi Camera is. There it is, that is a pretty big shop. Okay, now you may remember a video I took a while back. I had some McDonald's burger. Well, McDonald's, that's how you're meant to make a burger. Full of veggies. Although that does look a bit squashed. This is the McDonald's burger, by the way. Look how disgusting that is. Alright, so I'm back on the main train on my 2-hour journey back home. Got myself a nice can of coffee there as well. Now, one interesting thing, on the way home I go past Space World. Now, Space World is actually a theme park that was famous for the wrong reasons. It was actually on the BBC News in the UK. It may have gotten the news in other countries too, because last Christmas they froze, allegedly they froze a load of living fish under the ice, and they used it as an ice rink exhibition. That, in the background you can see there, is a space shuttle. That is what's left of Space World. That used to be surrounded by a roller coaster with loops and stuff going, you know, around the space shuttle. But yep, Space World did close down a couple of months ago, and they've been dismantling all the roller coasters. So yeah, bad fortunes for Space World.